Bonjour la classe de français 2. Okay, today we're going to talk more about meilleur and mieux. So first off, if you recall, when we talked about this in class, we're first going to describe an adjective of bon. And bon is an irregular adjective. It has some irregular forms. So remember, an adjective, it describes a noun. So it has an irregular form in the comparative and also in the superlative forms, which is meilleur and le, la, or les meilleurs, depending on your usage. So, for example, if we were just to describe Charles here, if we were to say Charles est bon en maths, which means Charles is good in math, we would just use our bon there. And bon is an adjective because we're describing the noun of Charles. But now, if we're going to say mais Vincent est meilleur en maths que Charles, but Vincent is better in math than Charles. So now we're making a comparison here between Vincent and Charles. And because we have a comparison, we have to use a comparative form of our adjective bon, because we're describing Vincent and Charles. Next, if we were to say Caroline est la meilleure en maths de la classe, now we're saying Caroline is the best in math in the class. So we have to say la meilleure to describe that she is the best. And once again, because we're describing Caroline here, it's an adjective form and another irregular form for bon. And then finally here, Caroline et son frère sont les meilleurs en maths de toute l'école. So Caroline and her brother are the best in math in the whole school. Now we have to use les meilleurs because it's plural. So if you notice, just a couple of things that are different in here. When we say la meilleure versus les meilleurs, we have to make sure that we make our gender plural agreement. Notice up here in this meilleur, because we're talking about Vincent, there is no E. But here, because we're describing Caroline in our next sentence, we have to make sure that we add an E there. And then because we're talking about Caroline et son frère sont les meilleurs, we have to make sure that we make our gender plural agreement of adding an S on there. Now, as we're going to talk about an adverb, what's different about an adverb is that adverbs describe our verb. So our adverb bien, it also has an irregular form in the comparative and the superlative. We have mieux and le mieux. So let's look at some examples. If we were to say, Luc chante bien, mais moi, je chante mieux. Luc sings well, but me, I sing better. So the mieux there, once again, we're referring to the verb of chante, so it's an adverb form, not an adjective form. Now, let's look at another example here. If we were to say, mais c'est Virginie qui chante le mieux, but it's Virginie who sings the best. So now we have to say le mieux here as we're talking about qui chante le mieux. So once again, we're using an adverb. Now you may say, why don't we have to make a gender plural agreement? Well, there is no gender plural agreement because we're focusing on our verb, not an adjective, but an adverb. Here's another example portion. Note that mieux, just like bien, is an adverb and therefore is an invariable, so meaning that we do not have any changes to our form of mieux because there is no gender plural agreement. All right, now here, guys, please go ahead and complete our next few portions in here. What you need to do is you need to complete the following sentences in your notes using mieux or meilleur. So once again, pay attention to if it is a adjective or an adverb that it is being described.